Nolan's word list independent level was for grade 8. I'm to start the reading passage one grade level below that, which would be grade 7. Because he is only in 4th grade, I do not feel comfortable starting him at that level, so we will begin the graded word passage at grade 4. Okay, Nolan, I'm going to have you read a title. You'll think about what it's about and let me know. Then you're going to read out loud, and then we're going to go over some comprehension questions. Okay? So go ahead and read the title to yourself, please, and tell me what you think it's about.
Some mystery.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and read the passage out loud, please.
Everyone turned to stare as a black hooded figure whizzed by on a skateboard. It was a mystery because no one knew who the talented person was. Ken saw the skateboarder slide down the library railing and disappear into the alley. Nita followed the person from school and watched as a curb was jumped and a 360-degree turn was completed with ease. One day, Ken noticed a skateboard in a black hooded jacket next to Rose's house. He also saw a library book called Skateboarding Tips in her desk at school. Ken had solved the challenging mystery.
Okay, I'm going to take this from you. Okay, what is the story about?
It's about a black hooded figure who's very talented on a skateboard.
Okay, what did the mystery person look like?
It looked like a person with a black hood.
Why was this person such a mystery?
It was a mystery because this person was very talented.
Okay, who saw the skateboarder?
Ken.
Anyone else?
Nita.
What kind of stunts did the mystery person do?
It skateboarded on railings and made 360-degree turns.
Okay, who solved the mystery?
Ken.
What items did Ken see that helped him solve the mystery?
He saw the black hooded sweatshirt by Rose's house, and he saw a book called Skateboarding Tips in her desk at school.
Okay, who was the mystery person?
Rose.
If you were Ken, how might you have solved the mystery differently?
I would just follow Rose.
Okay. What does talented mean?
Very good at something.
Okay. We're going to go on to our next passage. Okay, read the title for me, please. What do you think it's about?
Distance between something and something else.
Okay. All right, go ahead and begin to read.
Elwood was considered a tough guy at Anderson School. Everybody called him Sky. They didn't dare call him by his full name because that riled him. He was colossal in size. From far away, Elwood looked like Mr. Wilson, a teacher, but the moment you saw Elwood's shoes and faded, torn jeans, you knew it could only be Elwood. He felt inferior because of his clothing, so he tried to make up for it by shocking people with his rude behavior and toughness. Elwood didn't have many friends, except for Bob, who lived in the same old brick apartment building.
Okay. What was the story about?
It was about a kid named Elwood who goes to school at Anderson School.
Okay, what was Elwood considered?
A bully.
What school did he attend?
Anderson School.
What did Elwood look like?
He looked like Mr. Wilson, a teacher, only with faded, torn jeans and weird shoes.
What kind of clothes did Elwood wear?
He wore faded, torn jeans and old shoes.
What did everybody call him?
Sky.
How did Elwood shock people?
With his rough and toughness.
Why do you think Bob was Elwood's friend?
They lived in the same apartment building.
Would you be Elwood's friend if you were at Anderson School?
No.
Why?
I'm a nice kid. I'm not a mean person.
What does riled mean?
Mad.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go on to the next one. Okay, read the title for me. What do you think will happen?
Some danger will happen.
Okay, go ahead and read aloud.
The foreheads of the soldiers glistened with sweat as they struggled forward under the blazing sun of the tropics. The small band of soldiers sincerely felt that their leader was the salvation of their country. Their objective was to reach a distant army fort where they hoped to fire a rocket into the storeroom of the fort. This would cause the gunpowder to erupt like a tinderbox. A huge person bellowed an order from the leader as they trudged across the uninhabited land. The soldiers hoped their attack would scare enemy soldiers and impress more local people to join them.
Okay. What is the story about?
Some soldiers trying to make it up to a distant army fort so they could shoot a rocket in the storeroom.
Okay. What was the weather like?
Gloomy and dark.
How did the soldiers feel about their leader?
They felt as if they were prisoners given orders.
What kind of land were they traveling in?
They were traveling in mountainous land.
What was the soldiers' objective?
To reach a distant army fort so they could shoot a rocket in the storeroom.
What would be used to destroy the storeroom?
Gunpowder.
What did they hope their attack would accomplish?
To scare enemies and have more people join them.
In what country do you think this story took place?
Probably in Iraq.
And why do you think that?
Because that is a place where a lot of fighting has been done.
What dangers do you think might be involved for the soldiers in the attack?
People could get killed.
What does glistened mean?
Shining.
Okay. Do another one. Okay, read the title for me, please. What do you think it's about?
A scientist who finds out a discovery.
Okay, go ahead and read.
Chris, a scientist, worked hard at the lab bench. Chris had been given a very stimulated suggestion in a letter from an unknown person. The key to success was in the radium reaction that would activate the needed medicine. From that point, it was simply a matter of reducing different compounds to find the right one. Ultimately, it would be found, and then Chris would have a monopoly on the medicine that could make people immortal. Only Chris would know the correct amount in each tablet. The disappearance of death and disease would make Chris the most powerful person alive.
Okay. What is the story about?
A scientist named Chris who works on the lab bench and found a medicine.
Where did the scientists get the idea for the formula?
The scientists got the idea from the formula by discovering this medicine.
What was the key to the experiment?
The key to the experiment was to put the correct amount of the tablets
What would the radium reaction do?
Make people immortal.
What would the medicine do?
The medicine would make people immortal.
Why would Chris be powerful?
Because the death and diseases would stop.
What would disappear because of the medicine?
Death and diseases.
How do you think people would react to this discovery?
Like they finally stop getting diseases and dying.
How do you think they would react to it?
They would think that Chris is really powerful
Why do you think that?
because he finally discovered a medicine that would make people stop dying and stop having diseases.
Do you think Chris might be placed in a dangerous position?
Yes,
Why?
because he could go to jail for stopping death and diseases.
What does immortal mean?
Immortal means living forever.
Okay, this concludes our oral reading and comprehension part.